Okay, this is Turning Point UK. Joey Mannarino? Whatever.
Mannarino.
Yeah, Mannarino. School's Indian student who claims illegal shouldn't be deported. Okay, get out of here. He doesn't belong.
Do you think what ICE is doing in Minneapolis is just?
Yes.
Do you think they should be taken out of Minneapolis?
No, ICE should not be taken out of anywhere. ICE is upholding the immigration laws of the country.
Correct.
Yeah.
But if the community are trying to better by removing these immigrants, is vehemently telling you they don't want you to do it.
See,
If
they're
the
confusing the words
community doesn't
immigrant
want the
and
law-
illegals.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is the big issue. Like, if Obama was doing, like, Obama did do this. He deported, like, 8 million immigrants.
Yeah.
He deported 5 or 8 million illegal immigrants. I got to be clear to say illegal immigrants. Nobody had an issue. Why? Because
He looks nice.
Well, yeah.
Compared to Trump.
And he was voted in by the politicians. He was a politician. Trump isn't entirely a politician, and he's hated by the people there. He's hated by the news organizations. He's hated by the other politicians. He's just hated all around. So they started changing the rhetoric of illegal to immigrant.
Yeah.
Like, you listen to news broadcasts and they do not say the word illegal. They always just say immigrant. The problem is they are illegal. They do not belong. They need to be kicked out of the nation. I don't want someone who's broken the law to be allowed freedoms that I am allowed. They've broken the law, and entering a nation illegally is breaking the law.
Yep.
It is breaking the law. Well, they are confusing because MAGA nuts don't know the difference. Only Dems say illegal versus legal migration.
Well, it's the opposite, actually.
Yeah. I've never heard. I've never
Democrats
heard
say
it.
illegal, yeah.
Yeah, the Democrats have never used the word illegal. They did years ago. They haven't used it since Trump's term, during Trump's term. They don't use the word illegal. Same thing with even like some of the rights. Some of the rights don't use the word illegal because they're unhappy with the voter base changing. That they're unhappy with it. And you will get a lot of racists, but you get a lot of racists in both crowds. If anyone says Hassan Piker isn't a racist, obviously has never heard him speak. Yet he's all for removing ICE. All for removing ICE.
Yep.
of the United States to be enforced. I don't care.
What is the purpose of removing immigrants? To make your communities better?
Illegal immigrants.
See, he said it.
Aliens. Illegal aliens.
Aliens.
The purpose is that they broke the law.
No, but sure, they broke the law, but the
Or
law
capture
serves the
them like
people. It's not the
Pokemon.
other way around,
Yeah,
right?
but if you broke the law and you are in the country illegally, the United States has the right to remove you.
Correct. What is the purpose behind it? To better your community?
Of course, the purpose is to
to-
enforce the law. If you have a law, you enforce the law. That's how society stays society.
For what end?
For what end? What?
To keep society civilized.
Working. Yeah.
Yeah, to keep it functioning. We don't want people breaking the law. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's like a lot of people.
He doesn't understand what he's trying to say.
Well, the thing is, in his head, he keeps hearing the word immigrant. Even when it's corrected, he still hears the word
I feel sad
immigrant.
for him.
Yeah, it's sad because a lot of people, like even in the chat, we see it. Like a lot of people believe what they're being told. They believe it. No one's living here, but yeah, that absolutely round up these people that don't belong and get rid of them. Round up these people that don't belong and get rid of them.
Like there was this guy that it was recent. He took a loan, a mortgage, like for the entire land. He came illegally here.
Oh yeah.
And then he was deported within days.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
he
like,
just didn't belong.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Hassan and many devs are racist too, but overall, they are more sane at this point, sadly. Midterms is going to be a washout. No, I wouldn't agree with that. The issue with the midterms is the fact that Minneapolis was a complete crap show. And the reason it was a complete crap show was because the state police were not working with ICE officers. It functioned properly in LA, even though there were riots. It functioned properly in Texas, which ICE is still operating in Texas. In Florida, ICE is still operating in Florida. ICE is still operating all around the U.S. The issue was in Minneapolis, Tim Walz decided to make a stand about the whole thing because the illegal fraud that was taking place in Minneapolis became blown into the limelight because of a YouTuber of all things destroyed a politician's career justly, absolutely justly, and everyone just started getting this. And Tim Walz basically told the state government not to act, not to act, not to act. So a lot of the deaths and everything can be laid at Tim Walz's feet. Sure, a lot of this stuff is absolutely should have never happened, but it should have been taken care of to begin with. The state law enforcement is supposed to work alongside federal law enforcement. Sure, you see in movies that joke about, you're no longer in charge, I'm in charge now. It's just like the law enforcement needs to work with each other. That's just what is required. When you have a state governor literally telling the peacekeepers not to enforce the law, you're going to have mayhem. When you have an outside force, a federal agency come in who's normally working alongside state police who know, because each state has different sorts of law, different sorts of codes, so they need to be working alongside state police. But there were no state police working alongside them. And then guess what? Finally, when Tim Walz toes the line and state police start working in tandem with ICE officers, guess what? Everything starts to de-escalate. Sure, you still get loud screechers, but now that the state police have been involved, how much stuff have you heard coming out of Minneapolis? Yeah, exactly. Dude, the E-list is totally insane. Normal people see that and shudder and get nightmares. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Is the purpose of removing illegal immigrants or aliens, as you call them, not to better the society as a whole, not to increase safety in communities?
Yeah, to increase safety and to enforce law. You can't have laws and then just say, oh, we're not going to follow them.
Okay, if I broadly agree that yes, you should have a right to deport whoever you want to deport.
Exactly.
No, it's not deporting whoever you want. It's deporting illegals. It's deporting illegals. He is an idiot. Illegal means illegal. There is no point of he is a good or bad. Yeah, that's the sad part. It's like some illegals try to come here to better a life. Try to come here to better a life. The problem is they don't belong. We need to redo the entire citizenship, the entire visa process. Because for me, becoming a visa holder in India, I paid $80 and I knew within 3 days. The visa process for my wife has taken 2 years, several $1,000s.
And we didn't get informed. Like, I didn't get any package. We had to constantly look online.
Yeah, and we are still in the process of continuing it because she got her visa, but now we need to change it over to a residency.
Yeah.
It is absolutely mind-numbingly difficult. Absolutely. That's what we need. We need visa reform. We don't need to accept all illegal immigrants. We need visa reform. Absolutely. Hopefully AI will make this much easier. It'll start being able to curate through everyone's social medias, everything, because we need that. We need that. We need people to go. People are getting hired to just search through people's social medias to see if they're good to be in America.
Yep.
So Indian visa system is better than American? Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely. I mean,
also not many people travel to India as compared to a lot of Indians who want to go to US,
it's a different. Like me going to India and trying to get a job, it's completely different than an Indian coming to the US and trying to get a job.
Legally, if the community itself is telling you we don't want you in our cities,
what is he talking about?
I don't think he understands what he's talking about. He doesn't understand what he's talking about.
why? What's the point of making it unsafe, causing so much violence, causing riots in there? If the community is vehemently telling you we don't want you.
Well, he's explained it to himself, honestly. He was using the word immigrant. Only immigrant. It wasn't until he was told over and over and over again that it was illegal. That it was illegal. There are Bangladeshi demography illegal in India. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that's why they're making stricter identification
Yeah,
things
th-
and
there need to
wanting
be.
to link everything so they
Yeah.
can look up every person just by their one
Yeah, that's how,
Aadhaar card number.
that's how it should be. Everyone should be in the system. Like, that's one thing I'm all for, like the nation being absolutely integrated all together. Like, you should be able to look up someone's name and identification number in one nation and find out all
the
their
details,
history
yeah.
from the other nation. That is just how it should be done. At least US is tech oriented or have some digital trace somewhere and can find them easily. Yeah.
Well, it's also that US is a developed country and India is still developing country, so there are going to be some differences, but it's getting there. It's
well,
getting there.
India is fast tracking its development.
Well,
India
yeah,
is
yeah.
fast tracking its development. So, like I said, in like 5 to 10 years, you'll have like the worst generation of kids growing up, like what the U.S. is dealing with now,
Yep.
because it's fast tracking its what's the word whatever, like
Retards.
yeah, retards. It's fast tracking retards. Fast tracking retards.
The community is irrelevant. The law is the law.
But exactly the point. Conservatives
He's
are
talking
supposed to be
about
the
the white
champions of
ladies who are like, no, you deserve to stay here. And they're like marching out and protesting and getting run over by cars and stuff. He's talking about those people, those simple-minded creatures.
The Karens.
Who don't really understand
Yeah, he's talking about the Karens.
why the laws are put in place in the first place. Like, there is a reason why they're called illegals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you sympathize with them and their sob story doesn't mean that you're going to ignore the law.
Yeah, and it's tragic that a few of the U.S. Rioters lost their lives, but at the same time, this stuff should never gotten that far. It should have never gotten that far. From where did you go? I meant which state in the U.S.? I've gone to California during Trump's first term. In those regions, they love Indians, especially in San Jose, there is a massive Indian community. Absolutely. Especially in San Jose, where I went to my uncle's house. Yeah, like I've never seen any like, you hear the stories, but I've never seen them personally. I've never seen the outright racism. I didn't even notice them until I started talking with my wife. She's like, "Oh, they're everywhere," and then I had to actually start
What do you
paying
mean?
attention. yeah, because I had no clue. I have no clue. We have CAA, NRC, and SIR for that. They do deport and shoot on site. Ooh, nice. I like that one. Order should be signed just like how Poland defends its border. Yeah.
The thing is that since he lives in UK, every time he goes to India, he's considered the smartest and the most, superior out of all the cousins
this
that
kid?
he has. Yeah. He probably brags about things in India.
Yeah.
I just know it.
Yeah. Well, then his families they're all going to see this video and be like,
and
what?
all the parents of those cousins, I know when they go back to their house, they complain about it to their kids. They're like, oh, did you hear his English? It is so good. He knows so many things. And you guys just play games and do this and do that. I
Well, it's
was
funny.
like,
The
"Oh,
chat was making fun of his strong accent. Like, okay, this is the typical accent you
this
hear.
guy's nightmare for all the cousins."
sort of localism. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, but this is a federal law, and they broke federal law, and they're in the country illegally. They have got to go. The community can't just say, "Oh, we like this guy, we're gonna let him stay." That's
Why?
not how law
Who
works.
does the law serve, though?
The law
You're
serves
championing
the
the
people.
law as this great thing. At the end of the
So-
day, the law
It is a
about
great
the people of
thing.
America,
Yes,
is it not?
absolutely.
You'll
So
be
anybody
murdered
should be able
in
to
broad
come in.
daylight if it wasn't for the law protecting you.
Yeah, there has to be law and order. It's like so there are going to be those extreme communities, like let's look at Dearborn, Michigan, which is predominantly I think it's at 40% Muslim now, and there are going to be those communities which start killing their kids, which happened a few years ago, where a Muslim man killed his daughter for wearing Western clothes, and they're going to start doing honor killings. They're going to start doing this stuff because it's accepted in that community.
Yep.
That's against the law. Just because the community says it's all right doesn't mean it is justified. His argument is already invalid. There is a federal law, there is a state law, but in the end, the federal law, the states have their own individual laws conditioning the federal law. The federal law is the overarching law that every single state needs to abide by.
Regardless of the laws, according to you, and if the community says we like this guy, even though he broke the laws.
It's about a trade-off. If you could remove all of them without causing distress to the community, sure, you should.
Yes.
If you're causing immense...
What is he talking
but
about?
the thing is, the distress is caused because they're blowing it out of proportion. It's being blown out of proportion. If it was done and the news didn't... If the news never brought it up once, and it was all done quietly, like during Obama's term, and it was just done, oh, we're working on getting rid of a few illegals. That's basically what Obama would say. But now it's become Trump's Gestapo army. It's so stupid, and it's not an argument. It's non-argument.
It's distress to the community.
Because
and
of a minuscule
American
portion of the
citizens.
community. A minuscule portion. A lot of them are agitators that are professionally organized. You do agree with me on that, right?
I don't know enough.
Okay,
Yeah,
you don't know
a lot of them are paid to be there.
enough about
Yeah,
that.
he doesn't know enough.
They are.
That's what
a
it
lot
is.
of them are organized. They're trying to kill ICE agents. Okay, that's actually a thing that's going on. The
Yep.
threats against ICE.
There have been threats against ICE agents. There have been a few incidences. Why that Renee Good was shot was because a few days prior, there was an ICE agent hit by a car. So, yeah, I mean, they were fearing for their lives, especially in Minnesota.
ICE agents have increased beyond words. But if they're there illegally in the country, there's no community that can change the law without doing
Since
so.
when is the 2 American lives not a price too high to pay for the conservatives?
Two American lives? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's absolutely tragic. But they shouldn't have been impeding law enforcement. They should have never impeded law enforcement. They should have just stood on the side holding a sign. There's nothing wrong with protesting. There's an issue with rioting, and there's an issue with impeding law enforcement. It's against the law to impede law enforcement.
Lives of agitators who tried to interfere with federal arrests.
Do you think they're domestic terrorists as well?
I think that they were involved in that. Wait. Okay. Did you read the Signal chats? No. So there's a Signal group where all these ICE protesters organize, and they put the license plates of the ICE cars, and they put the locations of the ICE agents. They try to dox the ICE agents to hurt them and their families. I think that could be a form of domestic terrorism.
think-
Absolutely.
Is
Did
there
you-
proof?
The guy with the glasses should focus and study and job. Stop with the political debates. If it is harder for you to study there, go home or go somewhere else. Yes, yes. I'm hoping you're talking about him and not me. I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah, of course about the kid.
Well, the guy with the glasses is him. The retard with the glasses would be me. Let's be honest.
Alex Pretty and Renee Good were part of
There's
the
proof Renee Good was 100%. I don't know about Alex Preddy, but we saw the video of Preddy kicking out the lights that we
Yep, he assaulted federal vehicles. He assaulted federal vehicles.
before. He was known to ICE agents as an agitator.
That means nothing.
What do you mean?
What do you mean it
When the
means
ICE agent
nothing?
shot him, they knew he kicked
So
the
if somebody
taillight.
comes to my house and destroys my vehicle,
Well,
I'm not supposed to get angry at them?
no, the equivalency is, okay, if in India, if you go up and break a cop car's light while they're in it, what are they going to do?
They're going to come out and beat the
Exactly.
heck out of you.
Exactly.
And then drag you to the police station and beat you more.
Yeah, exactly. So he had already broken the law at that point. And then it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And then they found a firearm on him. The guy yelled, firearm, firearm, firearm. One shot. It's tragic. Absolutely tragic. No one knows exactly what was going to happen. No one knows the state. There needs to be an investigation on it. But at the same time, you can't say he was an innocent bystander. He sadly wasn't. He sadly wasn't.
Pretty sure they recognized him from the week before. I'm pretty sure he
You
was a
think they were
known
the same
agitator.
ICE agents?
Yeah.
These are statements which we could not possibly know what the ICE
No, but
agents
if you show
But
up,
that's why there should be an
Yeah,
investigation.
yeah.
Absolutely. You don't blatant statement. Like, that's the thing. I don't like that he said, oh, I'm sure they recognized him. No, you can't blatant statement. And I don't like how he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't. You're just like, there has to be an investigation that is done. Like the Renee Good, that one's like cut and dry. cut and dry. That one's absolutely that he was trying to defend himself because prior there were ICE agents being hit with cars. She was flooring it, driving straight towards him.
Yeah.
How does he know he's standing in front of the car? So yeah, he was just trying to protect himself. But with the Alex Preddy, it's a more investigation needs to go into it.
Yep.
Californians are the richest sub-region in any country of world nothing new. I wish I would love to be in that category. I would absolutely love. It's funny because I lived in San Francisco for a while. I had to have like 8 roommates to live in an apartment. I had to have like 8 roommates.
To a protest and cause that kind of unrest. Number one, we call it a protest. It's not necessarily a protest.
It's a riot.
This is an operation to take illegal aliens out of the United States of America. You show up there with a group of these agitators and interfere with that arrest. You have a loaded weapon on you and you're screaming like a wild banshee. You're known
They took
to
the gun
ICE.
away from him before they shot him.
Yeah, okay, fine. Things happen when you do stupid, stupid things. He showed up like a fool, acting like a complete fool at this protest. I don't necessarily think he has
Like
to
the
die that
guy,
day, but if you
it's
show
clavicular. You know, the guy who was stalking him and
Yeah,
made a
he ran
career
him
out
over.
of. Yeah, he ran him over.
Yep. But the
It's
thing
just
is,
like that.
it's the difference though. Like in Minnesota, completely different laws. In Florida, where clavicular run the guy over, like this is the thing. It's like state laws have difference, and then there's federal law. The federal law is the one that affects the entire nation. The state laws, they can change the laws individually. In Florida, if someone is, this is why we don't have the issue with like people obstructing traffic or rioters in the middle of the street, because in Florida, you drive directly through, you have the right as the driver on the road to run over people.
Yeah.
Because it's unless there's like a crosswalk with lights, that's where you look. Anywhere else, you can drive right through. You're not held accountable. In Minnesota, it's completely different. It's completely different, which is how you end up getting these issues. Because if they pass the law to where federal officers or anyone can just drive directly through, if there are pedestrians standing in the middle of the road, it's their choice to be there. They're going to be, their body will be sent home to their family, like how it was done in Florida. Guess what? We wouldn't have any of these deaths. We wouldn't. We wouldn't, because nobody would think they could get away with it.
up with a loaded gun to a arrest of an illegal alien and start doing all this show like he did,
just
what do you
defended gun
expect to
rights.
happen? What do you expect to happen?
You just defended gun rights. I expect for the U.S. government not to shoot a U.S. citizen. Is that much to ask?
No, that's not that much to ask, but if you show up
But if he's
that-
acting crazy, yes.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, like my mother worked in law enforcement, and she's been in not in situations like this, but you don't know. You don't know. Like the person who yelled gun, 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 and one gun was taken away, they don't know if there's another gun.
Yeah.
They don't know exactly what's going on. He just did what was instinctive for him. That's why an investigation needs to be done. And everyone,
And
well, anyone who has a
It was
brain
a
on them.
public space. There were people walking around and everything. You cannot put the rest of the citizens' life at risk just because you want to protect a crazy person's gun rights.
Yeah, yeah. And like that's the thing. I'm all for gun rights. I'm absolutely all for gun rights. The thing is, you got to respect the weapon.
Like,
It's a
if I get a
tool.
gun, I'm not gonna just parade it around the town and be like, "Oh, I got gun, but you can't do anything to me."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why the Sikh was shot in L.A.
Yeah,
Because-
because he was doing the
Yeah, he was
he's-
waving his blade around in front of an officer.
He was doing the gatka, which is the martial art dance.
yeah, yeah.
form
It's
thing.
like unless you have
in
a
the
license
street,
to do
and
it.
he came towards the police guy
Yeah.
doing that, so of course he was shot.
Yeah, it's completely justified. Completely justified. You could say it's sad, but yeah, it absolutely is. People lose their lives sometimes over the stupidest things, but that doesn't change the fact that it's happened. It's happened.
way at a protest, what do you expect to happen? Would you act the way Alex Preddy acted at
No,
that protest?
I
No,
wouldn't.
we can all agree he acted like an idiot.
Correct.
Yes.
You're allowed
So
to
you
act
play
as an
stupid
idiot. It's a
games,
free
you win
country.
stupid prizes. I hate to say it like that. It's a human life, I understand, but I do not
Do you
think he should have
condemn
been
the
there.
immediate urge of the Trump administration to call these two people domestic terrorists
Well-
rather than saying they made bad decisions that put them in bad positions, and it's incredibly
I
unfortunate
think
what happened?
the Trump administration had the information about those signal chats and the organized protesters, the organized movements, egged on by the governor himself, Tim Walz, and people in his staff. And they did act on that information,
After
and that's why they
30
called them
minutes
domestic
of-
terrorists.
After 30 minutes of their death,
Yeah.
Kristi Noem was on Twitter, JD Vance was on Twitter, Stephen Miller was on Twitter, calling these people domestic terrorists without any
And they
But technically, I would agree that they are. I really absolutely would. Anyone that is trying to push, like I would even claim like Hassan Piker as a domestic terrorist, to be honest. But anyone who pushes the a cause that is negative towards the betterment of America is a homegrown domestic terrorist. That's just what they are. And the sad thing is, a lot of these people don't know what they are. They are just given these signals, and they follow this thinking that's absolutely justified, that they're like, heck, these people who do this stuff have been calling ICE officers the incredibly vulgar racial slur for black people when they see a black ICE agent. Why? Because they think they're absolutely in the right. So since they're talking to one, they can easily call him one because he's not on the good side. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
were proven
evidence.
right.
They were not domestic terrorists.
You don't think they were domestic terrorists?
Absolutely
So
not.
trying to interfere with criminals, illegals being taken out of the United States of America in an organized fashion like they're
Who
doing.
did Alex Pretty help when he was shot? Was it an illegal immigrant?
Was it not an illegal
It was
immigrant?
an American woman who
So
an ICE agent was being aggressive with. Alex Pretty got involved. Perhaps he shouldn't have. He had a
He
gun.
should not have
He
gotten
was
involved.
protecting American citizens, not illegal.
Another
No, he was not. The whole fact that this, like, he's uninformed. He's absolutely uninformed.
I'm so lucky I don't have him as my relative because I would have. Yeah.
You might give it a few months.
Yeah.
Give it a
No,
few years.
no,
You give it a
no.
few years.
No.
Yeah, because the entire premise is the fact that they are there impeding federal officers doing their job, trying to keep Americans safe. It's that simple. It's that simple. If they want to protest thinking they don't like the fact that just illegals are being rounded up and kicked out, absolutely fine. But you have to stand on the sidewalk holding a sign. You can't be in the streets. It's against the law to be standing in the streets, protest, rioting at that point.
American citizen who was interfering in the arrest of an illegal
Still an
alien.
American citizen.
But how many? How? Okay, so they're just allowed to do whatever they want now.
So
you can
it's
organize
like
an interference.
it's like the situation in Kashmir where, you know, they have terrorists in people's houses, and when army goes to arrest them, all the public comes out to defend them,
Yeah.
and they attack the army basically, and then army can't retaliate because if they accidentally even fire somebody, the situation just escalates, and it just gives rise to more terrorism.
No, the thing is, and this is going to sound very, very, so like in Kashmir, what you need, poison the water supply, have the entire population gone.
No.
and resupply with like civilized people. Just like in the US, these mentally ill people who are preventing law enforcement from getting people out, who have broken the law, they need to be removed from society. They need to be put in a loony bin.
Yeah, these people are like completely brainwashed and brain dead probably because they can't really think of the possibility that, oh, maybe if a lot of people are saying that it was wrong and they were illegals, maybe we shouldn't call them immigrants. Maybe they are illegal and they
Yeah.
should be taken out of the country.
Yeah, the whole terminology is what's ruined the whole thing. But the biggest question is, how the heck do students know this much about American politics and political issues?
Well,
From where the heck are these students getting all this knowledge? Social media.
Yeah.
Social media, especially in
and the thing
Britain.
is, he is an immigrant's child, so he probably thinks he can relate to it more because his family is also an immigrant family.
legal.
Yeah.
Legal.
No, it doesn't matter to him. He said, "Oh, why does it matter if it was illegal or whatever?" He kept calling them immigrants.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He still doesn't get it. And then
No.
he started doing the community argument.
Yeah, yeah.
The community argument. It doesn't matter what the community wants. Just
Well,
like
because
if-
in Kashmir, a lot of people don't want the militants to be arrested, but the fact remains that they're terrorists.
Yeah.
And they're there to cause harm to the country.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like that's why these people, those mentally ill people, American citizens who are mentally deranged and don't seem to understand the concept of law and order, need to be locked up.
Yep.
They need to be charged with impeding law enforcement. They need to be hit with the book. Because the second these people start getting rounded up and put in the box, guess what's going to happen? They are going to stop causing problems for law enforcement. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're a
Force
federal
the
police
law,
operations.
or you take out these people from the state that the people of the state are telling you, we don't want this.
The people of the state are
American-
breaking the law. If they are trying to interfere with the arrests of illegal aliens, they
Yeah.
too are breaking the law.
Yep. Exactly. You can't impede law enforcement. It's against the law to impede law enforcement. In India, people don't like Obama, but they did like Trump because he is a transactional person. Yeah. He's an arranged marriage. But hate for Trump started when he started taking side of Pakistan and giving false statement. What are you talking about? He ended the battle.
He got Nobel Peace Prize
He
for it.
ended the battle. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah. Trump will say whatever he can to uplift his image and make America look stronger. That's it. He's all for trying to uplift his image and make America look stronger. I'm all for making America look stronger. I'm not for making his image look good. Okay, he makes a fool of himself on a daily basis on his social medias. So yeah, there's enough said with that. But yeah, I hated Obama. I felt like he was bad, but honestly,
Racist.
He was he was
That's what
better
people would call
than
him.
Joe Biden. Yeah.
Okay.
You hold this law to such a standard, you're almost forgetting.
You know, there's a conspiracy that says that Joe Biden had died like several years ago, and they put like somebody else in his place.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah.
who the law serves.
The law serves the people, and the large majority of the people want safety. Illegal immigration, open borders makes nobody safe. Nobody is safe with an open
was
border.
the fraud in Minneapolis, which I agree
The
is an
Somali
issue,
fraud,
was
yes.
it causing hurt to American citizens? Yes, it was causing monetary damage.
Absolutely.
Monetary damage.
Monetary damage.
Better than losing lives, no?
What?
So you're saying that we should just
Yeah, just accept these illegal immigrants in who defraud the U.S. government and the American people just because lives aren't being lost. Lives aren't being lost, so we can absolutely allow America to be defrauded. No. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's an absolutely stupid argument. Stupid argument.
excuse everything because agitators get in the
I
way.
think you should, but I think there needs to be an effort right now to calm the situation down, which the Trump administration is not
bring the
doing.
National Guard.
Instead, what it's doing is
Calm the situation.
The National Guard should have gone in a long time ago. That's the problem. The best option was to have the state assist, but the state wasn't assisting. That led to the 2 lives. That could easily be laid at the feet of Trump not sending in the National Guard and Tim Walz for not allowing the state police to assist ICE officers. That's just it. That's just it. It can be laid at the feet of both of them.
going out of its way to polarize either side by labeling these people who, whether you agree or not, had a reason to protest. You can disagree with
Not with how they were protesting. You're not allowed to impede law enforcement while protesting. It's against the law. It's against the law. Plain and simple.
how they went about it.
I don't like how they started changing these
Labeling
terms.
them domestic
Yeah,
terrorists,
like
labeling
I
them
don't. When I'm
agitators,
cooking, I don't like
labeling-
anybody interfering in my cooking.
Different argument there, but yeah, I get
Same
it.
thing.
Talking about the fact that they deserve what came
Let
to
the
them
ICE
solves
do their
the
job.
Before you say that, go read the signal chats that have all the instructions about how these protesters are supposed to behave, all the chats that talk about the way they're supposed to act and how they're supposed to interfere, and then tell me they're not professional agitators. You have to read the chats. There's a guy named Cam Higbee put this all out. Read the chats and
Cam
then tell me they're
Higbee?
not professional agitators. If you haven't read them, you just can't talk about this topic. I'm sorry, because these are not just regular protesters.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go-
people with
go to your
signs
class.
Like the fool who put that refugees welcome sign up. That's
The refugees the fool who put the refugee welcome sign up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be welcome. Like, there are those people who are suffering that you do want to have a helping hand out for them. But at this point in time, it's better to just close borders entirely. Take care. Like, sadly, that's how I feel America should deal with it. Close borders entirely. Deal with what's happening inside. And then reopen borders with a stricter policy, yet a much more streamlined visa process. Hopefully utilizing AI to investigate people using trigger words like America, hate, things like that. So they don't allow people in who absolutely despise the United States. Like, I truly feel like if you hate a nation, you don't belong in that nation. It's that simple. It's that simple.
He protests, he's not causing a problem, he's just whatever. He's doing what he believes in. Those people were very, very organized, egged on by the governor of the state and other Democrat officials. The Philadelphia district attorney said that ICE are Nazis and they will be hunted down. I mean, this is the rhetoric that's being pushed onto these people who are protesting and acting the way they're acting.
There's bad rhetoric on either side. Can we at least agree on that?
We can agree with that, but ICE is doing their job, and ICE is doing the job that they've been doing for 23 years. ICE is not a new agency.
I don't think you should abolish ICE, but you need to be more tactful how you handle it.
Well,
Thank you.
then the federal
What?
government has to get cooperation from
Go
the state
go
my
away,
gosh.
fighting
kid.
the state governments to deport these people.
Yep, it's the state government's job to assist. It really is. That kid is just doesn't seem to understand much of
No.
nothing. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry
Yep.
for him. Oh my gosh. That's the thing is like the rhetoric has completely changed dramatically. Like people use all these words like protest when they're not protesting, they're rioting. There's a difference. There's an absolute difference. 100% sure somebody train him for all this. Focus on studying, my guy. Yeah, absolutely. You come from a poor country. Your parents might work harder for you to go there for study. Focus on study and your future. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that get lost into that kind of mindset. They easily fall into it. They fall down that pathway just because, I don't know. They're
It's
ideologically
just easier
inclined.
to brainwash the younger generation.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. They're so far gone. They spend all their time on, and most of the news they get isn't read. It's just like a 60-second clip they either see on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, because that's all their attention span can take.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's just based on algorithm, because if I look at the same issue, like one topic, it'll show me completely different thing than compared to another person who believes
Yep.
in certain other things.
Yep. It's all the algorithm feeds you what it knows you want to see. Why? Because the companies the companies want money. The companies want money, so they try to keep you on their platform as long as possible because they get money for it.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.